Hello everyone, this is just another but an actual video just talking about the latest episode of The Simpsons called Waiting for Duffman. For people who haven't seen that episode, I think it's most likely a good idea to turn this off right now because this has some major spoilers. Anyways, let's go for it. So, in this episode, we basically have Duffman who actually got hurt. Yeah, he got a little bit hurt. Apparently something happened with his hip and he had to have a hip replacement, and because of that, he had to retire. Because of that, they actually thrown a TV series called So You Think You Can Duff. That's funny. So, they had so many people trying to become Duffman, like Rainier Wolfcastle, Drederick Tatum, the old guy, some new guy who actually turns out he was enjoying another beer. Yeah, he loves another beer company and had a tattoo on him. Of course, we got Homer, and I think, Groundskeeper Willie tried too. With that said, it was a very, very good episode. It really was. I mean, Homer became Duffman, and then after seeing, the first part is that we knew Homer could actually play as Duffman because he already did a stand-in for Krusty the Clown, and he did very, very well, but he abused his power. Yeah, that's what happened that got him fired on that, is because he abused his power. Not as bad as freaking Roger the alien from American Dad, who super abused his power. Super abused it. Homer just abused it to the point of, yeah. I mean, I guess, let's just continue on. Let's continue on. So, what happened is he realized the fact of beer has a dark side to it. And because he was on a blimp, he was basically giving Marge a good time, a romantic time. He looked out and he actually saw the downside of beer, the fact of the darkness and everything, the fact that people get drunk and they're actually in the gutter and lots of beer cans and pollution everywhere. But the good news is that we get to hear a lot of stuff about Duff Beer and Duffman. Yeah, the fact that Duff Beer actually wanted Woody the Woodpecker as their spokesperson. That's number one. Number two is Duff Beer is just two ingredients. And the only people who know the ingredients now is Bart and Lisa. I don't think Marge overheard. The founder, the descendant of the founder, his brother-in-law, I think, and also Condoleezza Rice. They all know the formula secret. And thanks to Maggie, who is it turns out she actually can crack safes too, so I would love it for you to already just forget it. Screw the whole gag that, she can't speak, she'll never speak. Give us one future episode where Maggie actually is a freaking bounty hunter / heist genius. Burglar. It will be awesome as hell, and everyone will be like, oh, no freaking way. That is freaking damn Maggie. Come on, give us that freaking future episode where Maggie shines. I mean, you already gave her kind of one where she shines, but you still kind of crippled her. I mean, you could just make her a freaking ninja. She won't have to speak, but at least we get to know that she actually is cool when she grows up. Give us something. Anyways, so yeah, Homer decides to become a hero, and he actually bans Duff Beer. Because, number one, they gave him a shot in the beginning, and we thought it was a tracking device that shocks him when he drinks beer, but it turns out it was his free will that did it, and guilt. So, yeah, he couldn't drink. As Duffman, you couldn't actually drink. That's kind of weird. Yeah, you couldn't drink any beer, especially Duff Beer. You couldn't drink any beer whatsoever. Duff Beer got very, very popular because they had someone who is kind of like an everyman. And also, they did have a little gut punch to freaking Maude Flanders and Ned Flanders. The fact that Homer said no one could get killed by a shirt cannon. Oh my gosh. And then the shirt cannon went off. I think it's courtesy of freaking Bart. And it went off to, actually, I think Bart did it. So what happened is that Bart shot the gut cannon. And the shirt cannon actually broke a picture of Maud Flanders. It actually broke into their house while Flanders was reading something and actually hit a freaking picture of Maud Flanders. Horrible gut punch. Horrible gut punch. Exactly. And it's just really messed up. But one thing that lots of people just don't do, which these days it's kind of clear, you should never underestimate freaking Homer Simpson. That's one thing you should learn. Recently, I think like an episode or two ago, you had freaking Waylon Smithers hoping Homer would screw up, and then he and Mr. Burns will actually flee to South Pacific, and Mr. Burns will turn and they finally have the lover he wants. But you underestimate freaking Homer Simpson. Yeah, you underestimate him the time where you wanted him to be your replacement while you go to vacation. You failed on that one. And now you failed the fact of not realizing Homer is a decent, good father. Unlike Peter Griffin. Ouch. But still though, it's like, man, no one should underestimate him. So what he did is get alcohol-free Duff beer into NASCAR, and he gave it all to people, and he actually tried to have a promotion of no more alcohol and beer, which basically got him fired. Yep, he got fired again, and well, everything went back to normal. But anyways, it was a very, very good episode. I enjoyed it, especially the fact that Homer actually, which it does spark some little bit of thing, but even though he still loves beer, that's one thing you really need to know. He still loves beer. It's just that when you actually sober him up and allow him to see what went on, then yeah. So it looks like you have to make sure he's drunk, or if not, he's going to wise up and get smart and straight up. You can, yeah, don't underestimate him when he's not drunk. That's the main line. But anyways, definitely a good episode. I wish I actually did the previous episode, but this is a little gut punch to that episode. The fact of Smithers, dude, you're messed up. That was messed up. But anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more. Yeah, I enjoy watching The Simpsons. No matter what anyone said, Simpsons are always good. And one thing I have to say, one last thing before I go, is the fact of what they said about Simon was very, very beautiful. They said one of our greatest creative minds, and they said, thank you, Sam. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, and I will be back. Have a great night.